Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Elma, and today I'm going to be going through my Gameweek 19 Team Review, as well as my Gameweek 20 Transfer Thoughts, and my final team selection for the double Gameweek that's coming up. But before we start with that, I'd like to thank all of you for the continued support on the channel. I really appreciate it. And if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe, and also if you're enjoying the content, make sure you leave a like. I'm going to get 10 likes in this video, and with that, let's begin. So for game week 19, managed to score 59 points, which was really good because I managed to get the all green arrow there, which moved my ranking from 3.3 million to 3.0 million, which is really good. At least I can see some progress coming back into that fray of the 1 million mark, which is always the main aim of me as an FPL manager, to just get top 1 million, because there's so many people who play FPL, and taking my overall points to 1017. So in goal there we had Kepa with 3 points, disappointing double game week, because that was the main reason I brought him after the World Cup break for this double game week, but has been a very poor performance and showing from Chelsea. So 3 points from him. Kepa, Shaw 15 points, who I brought in before the start of game week 19, managed to repay with 15 points and getting a goal and picking up a clean sheet and also the bonus points. So a really good performance from Shaw. Then we had Trippier, who always picks up bonus points no matter what. If Newcastle don't consider goal, just know that Trippier is going to get the bonus points. So 8 points from him. Then he had Ben White keeping a clean sheet, hence the 7 points there. Really a good purchase, I think. Then he had Salah there, 3 points. Very disappointing display from Liverpool. So yeah, Salah 3 points. Then you had Pereira, who managed to get an assist against Chelsea. So 5 points there. Then you had Saka, 3 points, and Martinelli 3 points. Really tough fixture against Newcastle. So I think the 3 points just justifies how tough the game was. Then you had Nunez there, 1 point, picking up a yellow card and as missing so many chances again in that fixture. So 1 point, really frustrating to watch him. Then you had Mitrovic getting the goal in their first fixture, then picking up a yellow card, hence missing the fixture against Chelsea. But at least he managed to outscore Haaland there, who got 2 points. So it was a good captaincy pick at the end of the day. Then you had Ward there with 2 points, Walker 1 point, Almiron, who I benched after saying that they had a really tough fixture against Arsenal, so 2 points. Then Patterson there, 0 points. So overall, it's a very good performance. I was expecting a little bit more from the team. So I hope that in game week 20 they can be able to provide a little bit more. So we can move on to my transfers for game week 20. And one transfer I'm looking at is Nunez, who from the time I'm recording this, he's not featured in training. The news coming around is that he's going to miss at least 3 weeks with an injury. So I think it's the right time to move him on. I was going to move him on even if he didn't have an injury, because I think he's been performing poorly, missing a lot of chances. Liverpool are not playing really well at the moment. So I think it's the right time to get rid of the Liverpool assets and bring them back when they start performing well. And also for his price, it's too expensive for to having someone who does not score regularly. And so he's going to go out of my team. The person I'm looking to bring in is Harry Kane at 11.6 million, especially for that double game fixture. He likes scoring against Arsenal and Man City. So I think it's a very decent time to bring him in. And we all know that Kane, no matter what, no matter the fixture, is just a regular goal scorer. He can score against any team. And that's why I think I'm going to bring in Kane into the team. And I hope that he's going to be able to perform. And then the other transfer I'm going to be doing is taking out Salah, just for the same reason I've mentioned about Nunez. Liverpool are not really playing that well. And Salah being 12.9 million, I think it's too expensive to have someone who's giving you 2 points, 3 points every game. and scoring an odd goal here and there. 12.9 million, you need a consistent goal scorer. So I think it's time to move him on as well and maybe go for a cheaper option. And that cheaper option is going to be Rashford. Rashford has been really on form. He's been scoring goals for fun. I think he has 10 goals already since we've come back from the World Cup, or just a long run of goals. So I think it's a very decent option. And play against Man City and Crystal Palace. Man City have not really been that good defensively this season. So I hope that Rashford can be able to capitalize that, especially with his pace and running in behind, because Man City play a very high line. I hope that he can be able to exploit that and maybe get the goal or assist here and there. Then Crystal Palace is going to be a tough fixture, but I think United have that in the bag as well. We just have to see how it goes. We just hope that Rashford will be in around the goal involvements in those two fixtures. Then Arsenal Gameweek 21. We see what Rashford did last time that we played Arsenal. So I think it's still a decent option. And then you're going to have easier fixtures after the Arsenal fixture. So I think Rashford is a very good option to have. Especially, and as well, he has some rumored double game, which is game week 22 or game week 23. So I think it's a decent option to have a United player in there, and just hope that they continue performing the way they've been performing of late. Then we can move on to my game week 20 team. I'm going to be lining up for game week 20. In goal, I'm going to be keeping Kepa in there, but there's a slight chance that I might put in the other keeper. You're going to see him a bit later on the bench. So for now, I'm going to have Kepa in there against Crystal Palace. Hope they can be able to keep a clean sheet in that fixture. Then you have Trippier there against Fulham. Fulham are really good, especially now that Mitrovic has served his suspension. He's going to be back. So he's going to be fighting with the likes of Dunban, Botman for headers. And I think Mitrovic, as I said, is a regular goal scorer. Doesn't matter which team he plays against, he's going to score. But I hope that Trippier can be able to come back with those attacking returns, because it's unlikely they're going to keep a clean sheet in that fixture. Then you have Shaw against Man City and Crystal Palace. Against Man City, I don't know if you're going to keep a clean sheet, but at least maybe those attacking returns in that fixture. And I hope that in Crystal Palace they can be able to come back with those attacking returns and a clean sheet there. Then we have Walker, going to play United and Spurs. Walker has not been starting for Pep a lot this season, but I think he's going to start for United fixture just to keep up with the pace of Rashford, and against Spurs we need to just keep up the pace of Son. So I think Walker might start both fixtures, although I'm not so sure, because Rico Lewis is also a fast player. But I think Walker, with that experience, might have a chance to start both fixtures just to keep up with the pace of those wingers. And then we can move on to the midfield. We are going to be having Martinelli and Saka. We're going to be playing Spurs, the North London derby, where that is a very tough fixture for both of them. But as we know, these are the fixtures where Arsenal are really up to it, and you don't know how it's going to go. You don't know how many goals are going to be scored. But it's usually that fixture where the both teams come out to play, and we see how it goes. But something that I'm banking on is Arsenal might get a penalty, and Saka being on penalties might give him the advantage. So the ideal scenario is Martinelli getting fouled in the box and Saka scoring the penalty, so you have a goal and assist. Yeah, but hey, all you can do is dream. Then next we have Rashford there, who's going to be playing Man City and Crystal Palace. So as I've mentioned in the transfer considerations part, I just hope that Rashford can be able to continue his form and score the goals that he's been scoring of late. Then you have Almiron against Fulham. Fulham are not really good defensively, but they're very good attacking wise. So I hope that Almiron can be able to exploit that and continue his hot form. And he had a blank against Arsenal, which I think is a very tough fixture. So I hope that he'll be able to bounce back in this fixture against Fulham. Then next we can move to the forwards. We're going to be having Haaland there against United and Spurs. Haaland hasn't scored a goal this year so far, so I think he's a little bit annoyed or angry with himself, especially after that display against Southampton in the League Cup, where they could not get a chance at all. So I hope that Haaland can be able to perform. Well, mostly I hope not in the United fixture, but maybe in the Spurs fixture that I'm able to perform and come out with an attacking return and kickstart his 2023 year with some goals there. Then we have Mitrovic against Newcastle. Mitrovic, as I mentioned, I was talking about Trippier. He's just a goal scorer. He can score against any team. So I hope that he can be able to score against Fulham, who are really strong defensively. Then you have Kane against Arsenal and Man City. As I mentioned in the transfer thoughts part about Kane, just a regular goal scorer. He can score against any team, just prolific in front of goal. So that he can be able to score against both Arsenal and Man City. And then the bench, we are going to have Ward against Nottingham. So this is someone I'm thinking of starting ahead of Kepa. I just think Nottingham is an easier fixture to keep a clean sheet than Crystal Palace. So that's the thing I'm considering. I'm considering, and we'll see how it goes. Then you have Pereira there against Newcastle. It is part in the double game week, but now it's time to go back to the bench. Then you have Ben White against Spurs. Ben White is in the bench just because they're playing Spurs, and I think Spurs are going to score in that game. Then you had Patterson, who's injured and out for a few weeks, so he's just in the bench there. And yeah, so I think that is a very solid team for Game Week 20. Let me know in the comments how many double Game Week players you have in your team. And also, I'm going to be starting to upload on TikTok, so make sure you follow me there. The link is in the description. So make sure you get involved with me on TikTok. And when you hit 1,000 followers there, might start going live on TikTok to see how it goes. And so with that, I'd like to thank you all guys for watching. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like, and I'll see you all guys later. Bye bye.